Good morning, or good afternoon if you are not from right around here. Welcome to Day 3 of the WDF World Masters live here at the Rio Las Vegas Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Sean Green, joined by my partner in comms, the Gordon Dixon. Good stuff. We have had a great first 2 days. I'm excited to have you on the call now, and what a beautiful day it is because it is cricket time.
Yeah, excited to be here. Glad to join the team here halfway through our week in Las Vegas and get to pick it up with a very American-ish game, cricket. Interested to see how our international compatriots play throughout the day. We're starting off with two Americans here, though. We've got Flynn and Lim.
Yeah, and for those of you that are watching from anywhere else in the world, first of all, welcome. Cricket is a game that is about points and also strategy is very much heavily involved in this game. But you're only shooting at certain targets. The 20 through the 15, you're trying to hit 3 to close a number. Anything after that is pointing on that number until your opponent closes it. Then that number is closed forever. And the idea there is then to get 3 bullseyes, and that will win the match if you have more points than your opponent. And in other words, that was confusing, and just follow along with us for a match or two, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not too tough. I will say I remember Alan Tabern won an event in Atlanta one time, and he was playing Darren Young in the first round, and Darren basically taught him how to beat him as he played. And very early on in the first leg, Darren did something where he hit 2 or 3 18s or of a number and closed them and scored. And he came back, and Alan was flabbergasted. He's like, "But you didn't hit a treble." And he's like, no. It's just 3 marks, and that closes it. And after that, Tabern ended up winning the event.
He was like, "Oh, I can hit single. This is easy."
Yeah, Darren,
a miss is a hit.
Darren stood behind him and kind of walked him all the way home. It was fun to watch.
What we love about this, when it's here and when it's these big international events, Gordon, and you agree with me, it becomes strategy versus skill, right? Do you have the strategy to overcome a higher skilled opponent, or are you skilled enough to overcome a deficiency in strategy?
Yeah, I would put one more element to that. Do you where it's close? Do you have a strategy that can overcome a slight deficit as far as talent is concerned? Because that's certainly something that can happen in cricket.
We do have obviously a lot of players here, though, that are not just steel tip dart players, such as Chris Lim. As that's a 9 mark from Chris Lim on the 15s. I think. I still can't tell.
Yeah, I think it was 7.
Okay, it looked like 9, so it was really close to that. And then, of course, you have Boris Kirchmar, right, who is arguably the best soft tip player in the world, coming over here, who's also obviously a great steel tip player, and now he gets to play a game that he plays all the time as the best in the world on this stage. Got to be one of the favorites, along with someone like Chris Lim.
Yeah, Boris with his experience on kind of both sides and playing enough legs of cricket to certainly know what he's doing. That said, I will say Boris plays a very aggressive cricket strategy in soft tip, so it'll be interesting if he graces our board here to see how he does play that. And this is a good job from Chris coming back at the back end of this leg, looking to close out that 17, so Flynn can no longer score. Maybe looking at the double. Yeah.
He does. Throws in a Maloney double and steel tip. I don't know.
It might have been for the win, so I almost may not be able to argue.
Well, the 17 was blocked. The treble was blocked there.
Oh, but I don't think. Flynn was just trying to close out.
You know what? It's 4-3 on the bull race, and when you get to that point, that's fine. Unless you're playing against Chris Lim, who puts a perfect marker after the first.
One more.
Yeah.
Yeah, shuts it down. Great leg from Chris there.
For the Red Dragon sponsored players, that's the hat trick that you were told about on that video a couple weeks ago. And Lim now with the start, alternate start. So it's going to be 3 out of 5, I'm going to guess, at the very least.
Yeah, this is definitely something that that will be new to American players too, playing alternating start with cricket. Almost always, a lot of our events are cork and start per leg, but yeah, definitely a little bit of a switch up on the format. That last leg, 4-2, played a 3-7. Pretty high standard here in the early afternoon.
Do you mark that the same way that I kind of do, where you just add a mark to it, and that would be kind of like the soft tip version of that average?
I think that's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely safe. Yeah, so good coming down the stretch there for Chris in the first leg. See if he can continue to drive in those trebles. And what Flynn's going to want to do, he's going to try to move ahead in points before he takes a shot at any of the other numbers. You'll see that kind of back and forth from the players all day. Call cricket a transfer of pressure.
Transfer of pressure. Just explain that to me a little bit.
Well, just throughout the leg, you're shooting to make sure that the other guy has to hit. Something that isn't necessarily 1-to-1, I would say, in 501. If somebody opens up with a 180, do you want to follow it? Of course. But it's not as imperative because you're going to have other opportunities. Here, if 20 is your best number and the guy in front of you closes it, you better have a plan.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times where you're shooting on the dartboard is to make some easy transfers, some easier switches. That's why you might see if a person has the 19s closed, your opponent goes 17s, because if they close those down, then they can go right over to the 19s just next door. And that does play a part with the switching aspect of things that you do see a little bit more often now in the new version of the 501 math game. You know, what's closer to those, what's the easier transfer.
Well, it's always been a frustrating thing for me to watch Americans play 01 because we don't switch as often, but we still play a lot of cricket, which is you moving around the board. So it's always been a piece of the game that's been there and just not utilized as much. Here we see Chris closing out and finding some more points.
That was aggressive because he closed on dart 2 without the point lead at that point in time. What do you do on dart 3 if you don't hit the treble on dart 2?
Well, he only needed 2 to close.
Right. But he was still going to be down at points.
Yeah, I think there he's up a leg. That's also something that plays a big part in my thinking when playing cricket, is just kind of knowing where you are in the overall match too. And I'm sure, honestly, it probably flew in the face of Flynn in the first leg because he left a 9 mark and then a 6 mark close for Chris, a 7 mark and then a 6 mark close for Chris, and he ended up hitting it. From there, you shake hands. All right, good shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And move on.
Yeah, if your opponent has to have a shot to get ahead of you, you kind of want it to be a 9 mark, right? And if they hit it, awesome. Congratulations. You deserve that leg. I did everything I could.
I am interested to see. It'll depend on Chris's lead heading into the end of this, but whether or not Flynn would look to close. I think he's probably too far out with a 7 mark close, but I was wrong. He still
I would have aborted the mission after dart 1.
Was still going in that direction, just not wanting to limit the number of shots that Chris has got at this.
Yeah, you don't want to give a bailout plan. Like right here, you can now go down to 17s and hit a treble, and now you're miles behind once again.
Yeah, and here we'll find out. Flynn is all about having that race at the bullseyes. I will say this is going to be a little unorthodox from what we see the rest of the day. There are certainly times to do this where you pressure the opponent to hit the bulls.
And is it just a race to 2 with alternate start?
2 out of 3.
The alternate start's mind-boggling to me if that's the case. They should be bowling up every leg, correct?
No, I like it. I mean, each person gets to start a leg. I mean, hypothetically, you could not start a single leg and go out 2-0.
That's fair.
So no, I'm surprised that it's 2 out of 3, but at the same time, completely makes sense. Flynn a little unlucky there. That first leg would have beat a lot of people in the room. Chris just able to kind of flex his muscle there and get over the line 2-0.
Well, we talk about this, those players that transfer from steel tip to soft tip, left and right, and we only mention that just because cricket is a much more prevalent game on the soft tip side of things. Kevin Luke, a player that can do it better than most. He's up there probably in the top 5 that can make that transfer pretty quickly with Chris Lim, with a Leonard Gates. I think that's definitely possible. He's taking on Blaine White from Canada. So I believe that is the next match coming up on our live stream. But you know that when Kevin is up, we're on KL time. So with that being the case, we will be right back with more action right after this. We are back here live at the Rio Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2026 WDF World Masters. Sean Green joined once again by Gordon Dixon. Gordon, we got a great matchup here. Blaine White is taking on FKL, Kevin Luke.
Yeah, Kevin definitely making some strides in the last couple of years on both the soft tip and steel tip side of the game. Couple of Lakeside appearances, ESPN win
Yep.
on the soft tip side.
Which does make
Interesting
him an athlete.
see him see what he does here this morning. Little sketchy start for both players. Blaine able to get away with it. Little bit of a right there where you've got the 20s to score on. Generally, that's where you're going to load up. Blaine choosing to move away to the 19s. We'll see just how long he stays there this time. Because we know that given the chance, Luke is going to run that score up.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how he plays this.
Yeah, because he came to the board in the lead. Again, any of our anybody that's new to cricket, that's going to be fairly typical, especially as we get into the later rounds. You'll see a lot more scoring than some other times. 2 to close, and then he's going to move on to the 18s. Now Blaine should be trying to attack that single mark on the 18 to reel in that point deficit. He's going to find 2 of them, so tie score. A lot of loose darts here from Kevin early in this cricket leg. Both players still trying to kind of find their feet. Looking around the room at some other score lines. Ram Guevara defeating Eddie Hempel 2-0. Freddie Krueger, recent TV debutant, taking on Charlie Harrison, beating him 2-1.
Yeah, as we look here at Blaine, staying on the 18s, trying to get that point lead back. Luke is going to go aggressive for the close first, misses that, so now back to points he goes. A little shake of the head. He's like, I 4-marked, but I really want to get those 18s out of the way because I'm tired of messing with them.
Yeah, down 64, so he's going to need at least 4. Only comes away 3, so Kevin is going to come to the board with a point lead.
And there they go. He's wondering why he didn't do that last leg. Or last throw, and now he's going to go back to the 19s and add some extra points. At the end of the day, the one thing that we will say over and over again is it's never a bad idea to point with the last start. Never. You cannot lose this game with more points than your opponent. It's impossible. So do that first, and then worry about the going around the board and getting rid of all the other numbers, while limiting your opponent's opportunity to get back into it with points.
And that gives you a little insight into the game there. That second dart gave Kevin the lead, and he chose to stay on those 19s again to push that lead rather than trying to find the treble on the 17 to shut it down. But coming to the board with a lead, he'll play it a little bit different, and you can kind of see that's the transfer of pressure. Now Blaine knows what he needs to hit when he comes to the board to make sure that Kevin has to hit when he returns, and he finally gets sick of those 19s and takes a whack at it.
And Kevin just going about his business. Stick and move situation for him. He gets just 3 singles, and 3 singles is a very good round in this format. It's good enough. It's like a C+, B- versus like a D that you would see in a different format.
Yeah, the great 501 caller talking about not missing the big number. That's the name of the game in cricket for sure.
Kevin now battling a point for point situation. You see him move over to the 16s on dart 3. Just wanted an open bed to fire at the treble with it blocked on the 19s. And you know what? Not knowing Blaine very well, at all. He is holding his own really against Kevin Luke here in this first leg.
Yeah, both in the kind of mid threes. Another kind of differential to pay attention to is you usually need about a half a mark to 3/4 of a mark more to win going second. So that's something else to pay attention to. Anytime you have both players hovering in the same average range, it's going to go to who has the darts, who went first.
And Kevin also has the 19s and 16s to point on, which is both higher numbers than the 15s. So you're adding at least an extra point, potentially an extra 7 points per dart that you're throwing in there. And at the end of the day, if you're going to have the same average, that's going to favor the person who has the higher numbers to point on. It's the high ground strategy that we're going to talk about throughout this from time to time.
Getting down to it now, just 3 bulls away from this first leg. He does choose to find some more points, but still wayward on the bull. No finish for Blaine, but he can make things a little sticky here for Kevin. Ultimately does not. So again, hat trick up 30 points. And that's another thing you'll see. He finds the treble 16 there. You'll see players trying to push the bullseye is kind of the verbiage that we use, where the number of bulls your opponent needs to close or take the lead. Be looking for increments of 25 for obvious reasons. One more bull here. Ooh, doesn't happen. So technically speaking, we've got a finish here for Blaine. 2 double bulls.
And we do want to point out to our overseas audience that we realize that typically we will say bullseye in 25, but in this game specifically, the red bit is a double bull. It is worth 2 versus 1 for the single bull.
Yeah, shake of the head from Kevin. I think he knows he kind of walked home there in that leg.
I do like, though, it's a good sign for him as how he's wanting to compete today, that he is frustrated with still winning the leg because of his average. So he's really playing against himself as much as anything else right now, and just trying to get to a level that he wants to stay consistently at throughout this entire event.
And again, Blaine moving away from the 19s with an even score. Just shows a little bit to me about how he's approaching these legs. Does go back to the 19 straight away there after a big opening from Kevin. Another popular strategy there. You see Kevin throwing over to the number with an X. Treble scores, single closes. You always want to be maximizing what your dart can score. For example, him hitting the treble with the third dart there, basically canceling one of the marks that he had. Sometimes just nothing you can do about it.
Nope.
But that is something that as we progress, we'll see players take more and more into consideration in shot choice.
Yeah, I find I only hit trebles in this format when I only need 1 mark to close on my opponent's number. And that's a good 7 mark from Blaine. He's sticking with Kevin.
Yeah, both mid leg, both still in the middle of the 3s as far as averages. I think we're probably going to look into the low to high 4s for a winner today.
Blaine stayed on that 20 on dart 3, which I don't like.
Yeah, has the open bed down 2 numbers. Really needed to take advantage. and score. Again, just so shows some incorrect strategy or board management for the cricket game. Does a good job there. Finds 80 points.
And there is a point to a strategy of being aggressive on closing out your opponent's numbers. If you know your opponent is a much higher skilled player, you want to quicken the game. But in that case, I understand it on the second dart. When you miss the second dart, that's an abort mission type of situation. You just go back to points on dart 3. Because, again, it is never a bad idea to point on the third dart.
Kevin closing out the 16s, finding that bullseye. Another popular thing that we'll see throughout the day is snagging one of those bulls. We have not changed the board, so there are no triple bulls over here in Las Vegas. So they're trying to get in a position where a single dart can close those bulls, and that's what that does.
That's what that is.
Look at that! Look at that! The
Right
darting
on
by
cue.
numbers. Kevin Luke showing us why grabbing that bull in the middle of the leg makes sense.
And Kevin gets the job done. He's going to feel much better about that second leg than he will the first. But anytime you jump out to a 2-0 lead, you're doing the right thing. And you can see in the background Will Stewart working harder than he has ever worked in his life. As we take a look around the dart hall, we will have our next match coming up shortly, folks. So we will be back with more action from the WDF World Masters right after this. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WDF World Masters here live in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Rio Hotel Casino. Sean Green joined once again by Gordon Dixon. Gordon, third match on our stream, and it features another great one. James Beaton, who won the cricket pairs event at the Las Vegas Open a couple of years ago. Did that with Jensen Walker, teaching Jensen how to play cricket throughout the event. And he's taken on Vince Tipple, really good friends with Aaron Turner. And you wonder how much cricket Vince has played in his illustrious career.
This would be interesting too. They're following the closest to the bull. I hadn't seen a cork just yet. I didn't know if they were doing red green out, but yeah, closest always adds another interesting element.
Yeah, it's red green out or closest. Yeah, if they both miss. It is why we're flying through this tournament today, Gordon. Cricket time is a good time, but it's not here for a long time.
Yeah, they're giving it just as much of attention as you can expect. No, I am. I'm looking forward to seeing how both these players, knowing that Beaton's got some previous success. Maybe have some higher expectations for the day.
Yeah, he told me he learned from the great Tony Martin across the pond, and one of the few players that really enjoys cricket as a game to play over there, and is really looking forward to it, to seeing what he can do in singles, and then of course pairs with Brian Rahman this afternoon. And, of course, a very unique delivery from James Beaton.
Yeah, Vince really doing a good job here keeping James at arm's length. Takes the 19s away. We'll see if he goes back for points or finds an 18. So, big shot there, moving everything along. Maybe some frustration with the marker here.
Love James, nice human being. Notorious for that type of situation. But yeah, that was a frosty round, an 8 mark. Good 5 mark following from Beaton.
Yeah, probably elevated reaction, especially following the big shot from Tipple. Mm-hmm. Now, big opportunity here for Beaton to really kind of regain some ground. Would love a 9 mark on the 17s, honestly. The aggressive shot is to go around the horn. Looks like he's going to stay. I think this is wise. As I say that, he does leave. Comes back. Because it's only going to take 1 to close the 17. That's the only reason I didn't like that spot for that. Ooh. And Tipple goes left and right. So, again, another big opening for James.
And James leaves the door open. Even with a big dart on dart 3, that still is not as much of a punishment as he would have liked to done.
Little smirk there after the dart goes very low. He does, with a little extra pepper, grab that that 17. Now, interesting to say what James does here. He only needs a 5 mark. I think wisely trying to close out. Not able to stay straight, though. Shake of the head. So Vince basically an open shot at the 18s to draw back the point deficit. He's going to get it. Probably should stay or grab a bull. He closes the 16s. Aggressive play. Going to pay off here.
Tipple punished Beaton for the nonchalance in that second dart that he threw because, you know, he has the elongated follow through and take back, and he did not do that on dart 2 or dart 3, shooting at the big number on the 20s. He just
thought it was a layup.
Yep, and you can't do that in this game. You still gotta focus on the layups, or else you're gonna miss those, and those are embarrassing to miss from time to time.
So tie game. You can win while tied if you have everything closed out. Doesn't happen often, but it is an element of it. So there it comes down to who closes out first.
The winner of this match faces Danny Humphreys in the last 32.
Another aggressive play, maybe setting up for trying to have a comeback on the Bulls. Only 2 mark. So again, 22-point deficit, 2 15s and a trip 18. It's going to get 2 shots at that 18. And he doesn't convert. See this a lot. Back and forth between the 2 players. Oh, and Tipple just not able to stay straight. Only an 18. So Beaton going to come back to the board. Oh, it was a triple.
Yep.
Oh.
The 18 has been a little bit, well, like that so far over the first 2 days.
One more to close. Wisely finds the big part of the 18.
Now to the Bull.
Technically speaking, he did have a finish. It's not going to convert. See what James does here. See if he pulls the ripcord, if he misses any of these first couple at the Bull.
He should bail out because it adds an extra bullseye to the total, even with just a single, and he does do that. Like you mentioned in the first match, you're playing a math game of 25s at this point.
So 3 bulls and a double 15. It's not going to get a shot at the game. It waves it off there. Does not take the point lead. So only 2 bulls for Beaton to survive this first leg.
Oh, and now he's blocked himself. Back to the bailout plan. Yep.
Oh, and the big 45. Big 45.
It still was 3 bulls with 1 point back of, or 2 points back of making an extra bullseye. So James, 2 points of adding an extra bull to this if he needs to do it. That first start is a good marker for him. And he does finish off the leg. So 1-0 lead here for Beaton. He did make up for the nonchalance on the 20s with some added skill there at the end.
So break of throw there. 3-9 plays 3-3. So again, about a half a mark difference.
And I believe that is a 9-mark opening.
I think it was 7. We'll see when the it
Yep.
was a 9.
Yeah.
I cannot see today. We have to get better monitors. We have to.
Well, to the first of many. Boom goes the dynamite for that 9 mark.
I forgot that was going to happen.
Gordon, by the way, I need to point this out. I've been doubted by the entire team over a couple of situations where I have been the only one correct out of everybody, including the players out there.
Okay.
So just know that I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now.
Fair enough.
Sometimes I'm incorrect still, but I'm more correct than I usually am.
Okay. Noted.
I will still, though, obviously, if you tell me I'm wrong, I will believe you every time. Another 4 mark there from Beaton, who is just railroading this leg.
Yeah, it seems he's settled in. Maybe a little apprehension in the first leg, but certainly off and running here in this one. Tipple's showing a little bit of an issue in the back end of that first leg, and Beaton's kind of run up on him.
I was going to say the issue in this leg is James Beaton. And sometimes that's going to happen in this game, right? A 6.0 is almost unbeatable going first in this in steel tip.
Yeah, I mean you are a handful with a 6.0. Especially, I mean, just given, again, we haven't invented the triple bull yet. So the back end of these legs, you're going to hit singles.
Yep.
And at best doubles. So that's something that always tends to, by the end of the leg, drag some averages down.
And it will do so to Beaton. Again, a nonchalant third dart that misses. He's going to really have to just stop doing that altogether as a part of his game in general, right? Just get rid of that. Play every dart as if it's the winning dart like that one is. And that'll do it. James Beaton does defeat Vince Tipple 2-0. And that does it for the matches that we had set up originally on our mainstream board. So obviously we'll have more coming right now, but we do not know what is happening quite yet. We do know it's more cricket. Or Quicket.
Yeah, or the same. We've got Kevin Luke and Chris Lim out there battling it out because they played in the same little portion of the bracket. Chris Lim up 1-0. But we will be back with more cricket action in no time flat. Stay with us.
Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. Nuclear Club, get on target.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
Weight of the dart is consistent in that treble 20, just like this is from Fallon. That's a 180 from Fallon Sherrick.
Oh, and a trip 15 for a 2-0 advantage here.
Double. He hits the double. Wow.
Set up as well, and that's exactly what he does.
Looky here. 2 triples on the 16s.
How about all three of them?
Asia Cali right in the triple 20.
Is she gonna bust out the 180? She is 180 for Callie West.
Bullseye. Come on, it's the double! Ricky Ticky, 8.1. Never miss the darts. Ricardo Perez, everybody. Let's go.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. Luke Linkler gets on target.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
Weight of her dart is consistent in that treble 20, just like this is from Fallon. That's a 180 from Fallon Sherrick.
Oh, and a trip 15 for a 2-0 advantage here.
Double. He hits the double. Wow.
Set up as well, and that's exactly what he does.
Looky here. 2 triples on the 16s.
How about all three of them?
Asia Callie right in the triple 20. Is she gonna bust out the 180? She is 180 for Callie West.
Bullseye. Come on, it's the double! Ricky Ticky, 8.1. Never miss the darts. Ricardo Perez, everybody. Let's go.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. Luke Linkler gets on target.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store With over 10,000 different products, we create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WDF World Masters here at the Rio Las Vegas Hotel Casino. Sean Green, joined by Gordon Dixon, and we have our first ladies matchup here, and it's still cricket time. We got a Canadian Brenda Moreau from Alberta taking on Rhiannon O'Sullivan from Wales, and the 5th-ranked WDF player in the world.
I was just going to say, we have one of the clear favorites on the board. I don't know Moreau well at all, but certainly from her 501 pedigree, Rhiannon's going to be dangerous no matter what game you're playing on a steel board.
Yeah, we talk about it, skill versus strategy. If the strategy is you're going to hit triples every time, that's going to be the winning strategy.
It's going to get you far. It's certainly going to get you far. And it looks like Sullivan's just off to the races here straight away. Decides to take some points and then dash the
This is the best leg we've seen of any match so far.
She really is.
By far. This is not close to anything better that we've seen on a board right now.
Yes, 6-0 and 2 double bulls. The average is going to go down. If it was 2 double bulls, it was going to say it's 6.
That was incredible.
Absolutely incredible leg from Rhiannon O'Sullivan.
They're both laughing about it. Brenda's like, all right, so cool. This is going to be a 5-minute tournament I'm playing today.
Yeah, what a treat.
That is... Wow. That was by far one of the best legs of cricket I've seen in the most easygoing way of all time.
Yeah, excellent last dart there. Already putting the pressure on Moreau to find something on the 19s. And got to expect the same thing. She's just moving around the board. Does grab some additional points. Up a leg. I mean, I would have just told her to soldier on. Can Moreau do anything to kind of slow the O'Sullivan train? Ooh, and a window.
Wait. She can miss darts?
That was... Who saw that coming?
We just saw her go trip 20, single 20 without needing any points before closing her opponent's number, which was the only thing that was going to allow her opponent back in the game. And, yeah, I don't expect her to miss anything.
Oh, she's going to make right up for it, moving around the board there. Spotter has no idea what he's doing.
To be honest, neither did the scorer there in that moment.
Seven mark there. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything Moreau could do to fight back here. Maybe push her while she's throwing.
I was going to say, there's nothing Chris Lim can do. There's nothing James Beaton can do. There's nothing any of the winners on the first 3 matches could do at this moment. They're all in a lot of trouble if they're playing against her. Yeah, you're going to have to sweep a leg at this point. And hope she can't stand on one.
Yeah. And make it the right. She finds the treble 15.
Of course she does. This is, wow. 10 out of 10. No comments needed.
Yeah, no, this is great. Double quick time, 2 out of 3. I wish we were playing a longer format. I could watch this all day.
It's over.
She's going to end with.
She threw a terrible leg of a 4-3 or a 4-4 or something like that. 4-0 was her bad leg. 4-7 overall.
Ended with a 4-7.
I'm looking at Andrea's reaction to that.
The chalker.
She's like, wow, that's the easiest chalking I've ever done in my life. It's over in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That was the fastest match of cricket we will ever see.
Well, and both of them didn't mess around. I mean, it's not like Moreau tried anything to slow her down or that was a straightforward 2 legs of cricket right there. I don't know what we're going to do to beat that, but we're going to give it a shot
yes,
here
we are.
After we take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more cricket.
Welcome back, folks, to Cricket Time here at the WDF World Masters in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sean Green, joined by Gordon Dixon. We have Jacob Brooks, hailing from Colorado, taking on Jarno Battenberg. So our first look at Battenberg, the 18th ranked player in the world on the WDF standings. And he does not take his time when it comes to throwing.
Yeah, the younger the player, it seems the less respect for time.
Unless your name's Rhiannon O'Sullivan.
Yeah, the game has just gotten quicker and quicker for most of these players. It'd be interesting to see if Jacob Brooks has the firepower to stick with Battenberg here.
I think Brooks can have the firepower to stick with Battenberg. CDC tour card holder, so he's been around the best in North America, and battled with them. Obviously, there's no Dutch players in the CDC, since Jules isn't playing very much right now, and Jarno is just going about his business here early on.
Yeah, with the later rounds, when some of these players that I can only assume haven't played a lot of cricket, that's where I think we'll really be able to kind of parse out who understands the game. Some of these times here, you see Brooks back behind, just come on, settle down, to get himself into this match. But yeah, most of them are going to have some bigger decisions later on in some of these matches. And Brooks is going to look to put him to the test, transfer the pressure, make sure that that he has to hit when he's at the board. Right now, I think Battenberg probably thinks that he's just going to coast through.
See, that's one of those where the strategy would be better off if he goes to the 19 on dart 3 and not try to force the close on the 16s, because now all of a sudden one dart, Jacob Brooks can take 2 now at the 19s if he chooses to do so, and we're in a different ball game now. Now the tables have turned a little bit.
Yeah, and after all of the hard work of Battenberg leading basically the entire leg, now is under pressure. Converts very well there, finds the 5 mark.
I mean, it's going to be the argument that we deal with throughout the rest of this event, right? Skill versus strategy. Do you have the skill to overcome the strategical deficiencies in your game?
It's a straightforward shot. Close and lead into the bowls. Now, is a finish here for Brooks. 2 double bowls and a treble 15, double 15. Not going to do it.
That might have been a situation where Jarno was maybe a little bit too easygoing on the 15s, where you can take away the winning dart by hitting at least a 4 mark. But it doesn't matter there. He gets the job done, skill over strategy, in that first leg.
Oh, he has played. He's fist bumping after every leg. This guy's an old pro. This guy knows how we do it in America. Gets the close on the 20. Basically a par shot here in this event.
Mm-hmm.
Pushes Jacob down. He doesn't close the 19, so Jarno should just be thinking run. I think that second dart went awry, yeah. So 20-point lead. So we take a side shot. The spotter will no longer be working with us after today. R.I.P.
Jarno, again, a situation where you can go back up to the 20s, and more often than not, you will have a better shot doing that. Adding those 60 points is much better than just closing the 18s there.
And that's kind of what I was alluding to. Like later in the game where unfortunately it looks like Brooks just isn't at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be the case, and those differences could be the difference between winning the leg and losing.
let me ask you this question. As an American dart player who has been at the top level of the game, if you're Jacob here and you are seeing your opponent not use the proper strategy in cricket and you are unable to still regain control of that and use that to your advantage, is that how much more frustrating is that?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I got better at it as I played, but I can remember like literally losing matches because I would be at a finish, and I would be playing somebody with like it's just easier conversion in 501. Someone would be on 122, and they wouldn't even take it out, but they would start on the 20s.
Yep.
And I would be walking back to the board needing 40, going, this guy, like what is going on? And it would so wrap up in my brain. So, it would drive me nuts. Now I think Jacob has the experience that he's probably in a later stage, and probably just looks at it as an opportunity to kind of pounce. But yeah, it certainly can be a part of it where you're like, man, clearly I could be pushing this guy, and it's just not happening.
Well, Jacob's just one of those players that shows nothing when he plays. He's very chill, and you can see frustration on him. And I know it's because of that, right? It's the inability to take advantage of the strategical deficiencies. And there's Jordan Pottenberg getting the job done. And we're seeing skill again just outweigh strategy early on.
Yeah, 2 straight. 3-2 at the end of the day. I'd say an average for the event.
You'll need to pick that up.
And we'll see how that holds for the rest of the day. We are in Vegas at the Rio.
We are
watching some cricket. How about that? That's awesome to say.
And this is the first time ever in this tournament's history that they are in North America, and we are here doing commentary for it. It's an honor. It really is. First time ever the WDF World Masters has been here. Really cool to see. And folks, don't go anywhere. We will have more cricket action coming up right after this. Cricket resumes here at the WDF World Masters. Sean Green joined once again by Gordon Dixon, and we have a ladies matchup for you here. It is Anu Rasmus taking on Paula Murphy. Our first look at the Finnish player in Rasmus. Paula Murphy, if you have not lived under a rock in North America or not watched Lakeside in the past, 10 years, you would have no idea who Paula Murphy is. Otherwise, you know Paula Murphy.
Yeah, Paula, just a staple of the game, both on the steel and soft side. Wonderful player. Both off to a slow start, but have to imagine both are going to pick it up here.
Tell you what, there's not a whole lot wrong in that throw from Rasmus. Paula's is unique in the way that she does her take back, but the actual from her eye line through is textbook.
Yeah, this is a top 16 match, so winner goes to the quarterfinals. So getting down to it there in the ladies bracket.
And shockingly, Rhiannon O'Sullivan's out of this tournament.
Yeah, we picked up that off mic. Absolutely incredible going through from a 4-8 to a 3-2, and the 3-2 wasn't good enough as she falls at the next hurdle.
To Miss Ratchin David.
We did have James Beaton on earlier. He is already into the top 8, I believe, of the men's bracket. It just disappeared in front of me.
Sophie McKinley into the top 8, defeating Aura Focacciato, the Italian, who is in the top 4 that we will see on Saturday.
Paula Murphy really struggling here. Not something that we normally see. She's normally very much a steady player.
And she also loves the bottom of the board, so to see her not have any points from the 19s and most likely the 17s, as long as Rasmus stays straight here on this last start, that's something we don't see very often at all out of Paula.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how she approaches the next leg if it continues in this vein. Shake of the head. Body language isn't there. Everything kind of pointing to doom and misery.
Well, it's one of those situations, Gordon. What is easier to adjust, the weight of the dart or the towards of the dart? Like, how would you rather miss? Because she is obviously struggling with the weight of the dart here, going way low and then way high.
Yeah, no, that's tough to come back from. I mean, if you lose the line on something, then that's kind of one thing. You can play with some different things, but if you're not adjusting well from the initial miss, it's really tough to figure that out on the fly.
And in a race to 2 format, you don't have any time whatsoever to figure it out on the fly. Either you could literally be out in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, depending on who you're playing.
Yeah, I believe it was it Rod Harrington that used to say the toughest 2 legs to win are the first and the last. And my good friend DJ always used to point out those are the only 2 that we play most of the time.
Yes.
So it's a tough format for sure. 2 out of 3. But if anyone can do it, it's this woman here. She's certainly got the history and the pedigree to figure it out. Don't want to take anything away from Rasmus. She took full advantage, ran down the board, took it out, and will look to do the same. Already a big opening to close and score on those 20s.
Yeah, Paula is the 12th ranked player in the world for the WDF.
A couple other matchups around the board here. Definitely want to keep track of Fred Krueger and Boris Kirchmar playing in the top 16.
That sounds like a nightmare, like the type of movie, like, right? Like that sounds like the 2 scariest names in this room, because you know what Boris is like, and you can just imagine how Freddy Krueger is.
The name precedes him. Jeff Smith, Robbie Phillips in the top 16. Also battling it out.
Paula still, and again, 19s are her honeypot. She loves 19s. She loves switching to 19s. That's a scoring number for her in 501 more often than not. And Fred Krueger takes a 1-0 lead over Boris.
Yeah, and double quick time. Like literally, I saw them go from warming up to the matchups, and it posted a 4-4 in the first leg. And Paula is not at the races right now. Be interested to find out if there's any story behind this. As you mentioned, 12th ranked player in the ranking system, all based off of 01.
Yes.
But certainly
but
an
the American
indicator.
has an advantage in this type of game, typically.
She's going to have to figure out something out pretty quick here.
There's a 5 mark out of Paula. That surprisingly are her first points of this match. And at the same time, Rasmus is going about her business. Not doing a whole lot wrong at all.
No, she's probably thinking, if I can keep the pressure on here, get this done 2-0, you don't have to worry about any third leg theatrics.
Which happens in this game often, right? You battle through 2, you miss the last bullseye to win leg 2, and then your opponent hits 3, and then they start white horse on you, going trip, 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 and now you're like, what happened? Because now I'm out of this tournament.
Yeah, where'd this leg go? Paula seems to be doing a little bit better with the grouping of the darts. She's probably going to still try to find a way through. Grab the points. Stay straight. Signs of life from Paula Murphy here.
but she does need a lot more to make up for the early deficit. She does get a chance now on the 17s once again. And with the X on it, as you mentioned earlier, typically you would stay. Paula's not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't like that board management. She's not playing well enough. That's something else that you have to take into consideration is how are the darts flying on the moment. And Rasmus takes another 57 points, shuts down the 17, and the little fight back from Paula is over. She's going to miss by 2 numbers. I guarantee you that was a 16.
Well, she closed the 19s. That was a smart dart.
And again,
that was
off
a subconscious
by
19.
2.5 inches. Just not what we expected. Rasmus looking to have a straightforward, and you see.
Yeah, there is a interesting depth perception with the main board. There's not a wall behind this board. It is a stage that has a big open area. And so that can, for certain players, especially old school players that are used to the same, it needs to be the same way on every board, and to get to something new, it can throw you off.
I love this from Rasmus. She is just plowing through, taking full advantage of the openings given, and I don't know if Paula could hit enough bullseyes here to throw her off the game. She
Seems
does
like
close.
she's going to try.
She does close, but would anybody be shocked if Rasmus stepped up with a double bull and a single?
Well, she missed and still got points. So
Yep.
That's always going to be helpful when you have numbers open outside. Paula does not have that luxury at all.
Yeah, see what kind of theatrics we can get here the back end of this second leg. You see her just kind of mouth, nope. It's just not happening.
We can see her as she's doing her take back, and we've seen this out of her from time to time. She's trying to get her timing down, so she's actually talking to herself and counting it on the take back and follow through. And just to kind of get rid of it, you can see just like the 1, 2.
50 points does take the lead. Grabs
Okay.
another 25. Okay, 75. Makes Rasmus throw a couple of darts here. Still a finish in sight. Now, if she doesn't take the lead here, she does. She grabs a big triple. What a difference that last dart made.
Huge last dart.
Now Paula needs 2 bulls, so no game shot.
And her darts do pitch up, so this is going to be a very difficult dart for her to get over the top. As you see, even ricocheted so badly that the Cosmo flight popped off of that.
Yep. So back to 3 bulls for Rasmus to close this one out 2-0. Does grab 2. Paula needs at least 2 bulls to take that point lead.
Now won't move off of them no matter what she does. Yep, she can't, and that's why she shook her head at it. She wanted to. Did not give herself that opportunity.
And now straightforward. Single to point, single to close.
And she does it as straightforward as you can. Rasmus takes out one of the favorites in this, Paula Murphy, 2-0. Have we gone to a last leg decider yet, Gordon?
I don't think we have. I think we've aired 2 nils since for an hour and a half.
Well, it looks like some of the younger gents are stepping into the streaming area. That is Peyton Hammond, and that is Liam McNeil, who looks like he is chalking. So he's going to be in a bad mood standing there. And they're going to let him warm up for a second, and we'll be right back with more right after this. The World Open Youth Cricket Singles Semifinals are off and rolling here at the WDF World Masters in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sean Green joined by Gordon Dixon, and good stuff. We got Peyton Hammond taking on Cody Exall in the semifinal.
Yeah, a couple of great up-and-coming players here. Again, just never know how much experience they have playing cricket. Peyton with the start here in the first leg is taking full advantage. Cody not messing around, making sure he shuts down that 20. And this again just shows a little novice strategy there, not taking advantage of the open 19. And both players chasing as Cody picks up a new number there on the 16s. We might be in for an interesting around the board here between these two.
Yeah, they're not pointing. Oh, that was the first look at points. That's cheating, you know? Like, I thought we were going to play a nice, clean game, Cody, and then you had to ruin everything.
Play like gentlemen, and you got to start drawing blood.
So now there's a point from Peyton. And he was forced to. Now he'll close. And he does close both. 17 playing 16. This is going to be one of the low-scoring matches legs we're going to see today, depending on what happens on the bowls, I guess. But they're still chasing, and that's definitely not what you're going to do now, Cody.
Yeah, no, definitely shows some inexperience here with the strategy. But Peyton does get it closed up there. Double quick time.
I'm just going to say this. Peyton should win this 2-0 with the strategy of Cody and how equally matched they are talent-wise, if that makes sense. The strategy will be the difference in this because Peyton he's Canadian. He does play cricket from time to time. Cody is English, so that's going to be the difference there, right? Cody might never have played this game before in his life, or he might be not used to. Boom goes the dynamites from Peyton Hammond. He's still closing behind, and that's where you cannot do that. It's a point game. You gotta find a way to point, and if you're shooting at numbers that your opponent's already closed, you can't point on that number.
Yeah, Peyton can't believe his luck here.
Yes, for a semifinal.
For a semifinal, exactly. Because Cody no doubt has the firepower to keep up, but just not the board management that you should have in this game. Closes down the 17s onto the 16s. Both these kids double quick time. Cody is moving to the bull here.
But that's also weird because you have 16s and 15s that you go through, right? Yeah.
In fairness,
right.
that is a strategy. I don't know that he did it for this reason, but that 50 does score more than 48 and
Fair.
45. So I have seen that implemented before. And here he's not taking advantage.
He kind of just completely destroyed your
Yeah, I kind of knew that's not the reason he was doing it, but
and this is a learning experience today for Cody. Again, the talent is there, and we're never gonna disregard that. It's definitely there. Peyton is one of the top 30 players in the WDF World Rankings too, and he knows a cricket strategy. So there it goes. Peyton Hammond 2-0 over the very talented Cody Exall, who learned a little bit how to play cricket today, and now what he should do is go look at some of those other players play and understand kind of the don't chase strategy.
Well, and Peyton, I mean, we kept talking about strategy. A 4-1-5 was going to be a handful,
no matter what.
Even if Cody was at it.
4-1-5 is going to be one of those things that he could be still in the men's tournament right now and rolling right now.
and doing well. So fun to see the semifinals. We'll try to get that final. Once that is set, we do have the other side of the youth boys playing as well. So we'll have that set up. We also have the ladies, the girls in the top 4. It looks like.
Yeah, they're both playing out there currently. There are not any boards assigned yet to the quarterfinal of the women's, so we'll probably get one of those, Gordon, if I had to guess. And the men at this point are in the quarterfinals as well. They're all playing. So we're not going to get a men's quarterfinal. We'll probably get one of those semifinals. I can imagine that we're going to get the final of the boys. It's going to be Peyton Hammond versus Ben Townley.
I was just going to say, that one's set. That may be what we're waiting on.
So Ben just dispatched Jack Courtney 2-0. So Ben Trigger Townley will be taking on Peyton Hammond for the boys' final. We'll have that and more coming your way right after this.
There's only